This is Joan Crawford with a welcome to Stars Over Hollywood.
And now, Act One of When the Police Arrive, starring Joan Crawford in the role of Florence Jennings. Curtain going up. The room is a picture of comfort and serenity. Its well-appointed furnishings blend softly with the picture of velvet lawns and orderly gardens that can be enjoyed through open French doors. Here, then, is a setting to be enjoyed at leisure by the privileged class. Now, add to this scene a slender, attractive woman in her early 30s and a handsome gentleman beginning to gray at the temples. A perfect picture? Yes, except for one glaring note of discord. Sprawled across the carpet, an empty glass near her outstretched hand, is the crumpled form of an elderly lady. The man and the woman stand staring down at the body. Then the woman speaks.
Henry?
Yes?
Why don't you say something?
What is there to say?
Isn't it delightful? Look at her. Did you ever think you'd really see her this way? Henry, what do you suppose it's like to be dead?
I'm sure I don't know.
What are you going to do?
Call the police. Operator, the police department, please.
Dear Aunt Mildred. Do you want to hear something amusing, dear? I think I'm going to miss the dear soul.
Police department? I want to report an accident.
A suicide, Henry, a suicide.
Well, actually, a suicide. Mrs. Mildred Eldridge. No. I don't know exactly. 210 Manchester Heights Road. Henry Jennings. Yes, I'll be waiting.
Well?
Nothing to do now but wait, is there?
You know, I've been thinking.
Mind if I have a drink?
No. Darling, how should I act when the police arrive?
On second thought, I think I'll wait.
You know, it's very important how I act. Do you think I should cry?
That's the usual thing, isn't it?
Imagine crying about Aunt Mildred. But it really is important how I take it. If I cry, there just won't be any tears. I know it.
Then I wouldn't cry, dear.
What about laughing? There's a possibility they could mistake it for hysteria.
Florence, do you really have to do something?
But of course, darling, I just can't clam up. They wouldn't expect it. Or would they? Well, it's a thought. They'll be coming soon. And I still haven't made up my mind how I should act.
Just relax, Florence.
Henry, what if we made a mistake?
It was too simple to make a mistake.
But we could have missed some little detail. And it's the details that count.
I took care of everything.
What shall I tell them? I don't even know what I'm to tell them.
Just answer the questions.
But I can't do that. I'd say the wrong thing. I know I would. By the way, what are you going to say, Henry?
I'm going to tell them what happened.
I'm curious. What did happen? I didn't actually see it, you know.
Aunt Mildred imagined she was a very ill woman. And just this morning, she asked me to get her the sleeping pill.
Yes, that's right.
Of course, I never suspected that she planned to take an overdose of them. But she did. Didn't she?
Yes. Yes, she did. We saw her take them, didn't we?
No, dear. We didn't see her take them.
Mm-hmm. We didn't? Well, where were we?
You were in the garden, in the summer house, when it happened. You were cutting some flowers, weren't you?
Oh, I don't want to say that, Henry. If I was in the summer house, somebody might have seen me.
Which is a nice alibi, isn't it?
Oh, yes, I see what you mean. Oh, yes, it is. How clever of you to think of it, dear.
Then you were in the summer house, weren't you?
Yes, I was. I was cutting some flowers.
Exactly.
Shouldn't they have been here by now? I know they should have been here long before this. Henry, put down that magazine. How can you read at a time like this?
Very interesting article.
Well, when are you going to finish it? I want you to talk to me.
In a moment, dear.
You used to talk to me. We'd sit for hours and talk. Whenever we went out dining, we'd talk and talk and... Now you never say anything to me.
I'm listening, dear. You can talk to me.
That's exactly what I mean. I talk to you, but all you do is answer. You never start the conversation.
I'm sorry, dear. I do the best I can.
Henry, you know something? One of the first things I want to do is wear her diamond pin. It's a kind of retribution for all the times I've asked her to let me wear it and she wouldn't. But it's all right now, though, isn't it?
I suppose so. In a few days.
I wonder what else she has hidden away. You know something? We don't even know how wealthy she is. She could be worth millions and we don't even know about it.
I know how much she's worth.
You do? But why haven't you told me? How much is she worth?
About $1.25 million.
$1.25 million? That much? Why, darling, we're millionaires.
Are we?
Millionaires. Think of it. Oh, Henry. Darling, everything is suddenly opening up for us all at once. All the plans we made. That trip to Paris. I've wanted to go to Paris ever since I can remember. And now we can go, can't we?
I suppose so.
When? Next month? It will be October and so crisp and lovely. We'll book passage on the Queen Mary. And I want to wear her diamond pin with a beautiful new evening gown and dance after dinner. Just dance and dance. It's been so long since we've laughed and danced together. Henry, how long has it been? It seems years and years. Have you ever thought about something?
About what, dear?
Well, here we are, just this side of middle age, and what sort of fun have we had? We haven't had any. Not really. We've just been waiting. For years we've been waiting. Waiting for her to die. Waiting to get rich. Waiting out our lives. Henry, I just thought of something extremely funny. You know how we've been waiting all these years? Well, do you realize what we're doing now? We're waiting. Waiting for the police to arrive. Waiting for them to take us away. Henry, we made a terrible mistake. They'll know we did it. Oh, why don't they come? Why don't they come on?
Here, go on, drink this. Drink it. You're getting all upset over nothing, dear. Better.
I'm so sorry. It was very silly of me.
It's all right. It's all right. I understand, dear.
Oh, you can be so comforting. You can really be affectionate when you try.
Yes, dear.
Henry, do you know how I've decided I'm going to act when they arrive? I'm not going to say anything. I won't say a word. If they ask questions, I'll pretend I don't hear them. They'll think it's shock, won't they? Don't you think that's the best way?
I wouldn't worry about it one way or the other.
Oh, Henry, why are you always such a wet blanket?
Am I?
Yes, and you know it.
Well, I'm sorry.
I think you do it maliciously.
I'm not aware of it, dear.
Sorry. I don't mean to be cross, but it's like getting up to a certain point and finding there isn't any place to go. It's very frustrating.
I imagine it would be.
Henry, darling, what are you doing over there?
Nothing, dear.
Please. Please come over here and talk to me. If I'm irritable, it's because I'm frightened. I know I shouldn't be, but I am.
In a moment, dear.
Henry, have you ever had the feeling that this has all happened somewhere before? I just had that sensation. It's almost as if I were a thing apart and could see everything that is happening now. I could see you standing over there by the window, and I could see me here, frightened and alone. That's an omen. It's as if Aunt Mildred were alive. And we're dead. I'm dead. And you're dead too, Henry. We're dead. Isn't it funny? Oh. And what a pity. We were so methodical.
Florence.
We're dead, Henry. Oh, you haven't realized it yet, but I have. I know.
Florence.
Somewhere you forgot a little detail. Oh, you don't know what it is, but they will. And they're going to take us away.
You're wrong, dear.